gonna start recording now while I fix the slow stream thing. What the heck?
There's the switch to Fox game 2 that I talked about, so you gotta skip through that one.
Okay. Let's see. Capture specific window. Dolphin. That's a playback. Let's see. Spotify Premium. What the heck? This is not recording the thing properly. The Uncle Punch. I wonder if I can just delete that and then just do another one. Yeah, I think I have to do that every single time, unfortunately. Okay, let's do that again. Display. Is it? Yeah, display capture. UP. Oh, that's just regular melee. I realized that was not an Uncle Punch. This is CM. Whatever. We'll use community version. Bruh. Why is it looking like this? Okay, whatever. That's fine. I don't think that's going to be too important either way. Alright, okay. Oh, wait, did you play Fox or did Polo play Fox?
It started Falcon. Here, and then go to 10 seconds because I fucked up the recording.
Oh, it's okay. No worries.
Alright. We play the Ditto for game 1, and then I lose. And then he goes Fox, and then I beat him, and then he goes back to Falcon.
Fair enough. That happens. Okay. Well, I think first thing when it comes to the Ditto is just like, when I start going into the Ditto, first thing I'm looking for is if you are like significantly faster than the other Falcon, you can often just get away with throwing out a bunch of nairs and CC while holding C stick down and dash dancing around. But if it comes to like actual starting off the neutral, then I think like the biggest thing you want to go for, is just spacing with stomp or grab. I think one thing that a lot of people don't realize is just if Falcon's so heavy and he's so good at CCing, and oftentimes, especially in the Ditto, a lot of the times Falcon's going to be running around. Most of the time Falcon's going to run around. He's going to start jabbing around. He's got really good CC options. So if you're nairing a lot, it's mostly like a call out on you trying to like scrap with the Falcon or like spacing and taking damage, zoning around, and not necessarily like a great way to start because it can often lead to reversal situations like here. You immediately, even though it was like a pretty decently spaced nair, you ended up getting a pivot grab off of it because he ended up shield pivoting. Was a kind of weird timing to hit. But if you stomped, you probably could have gotten a rollout if you did super low stomp on shield because stomp is -3 and then roll is invincible on frame 4 for Falcon. So stomp is a lot safer in the Ditto just because Falcon's aerials besides nair and up air are relatively slower than most other top tiers. And especially on a platform stage, you can abuse stomp even more with the platform edge cancels and whatnot. And I think like a big example of like a Falcon doing this really, really well is None. Like if you look at how he starts off stocks and this is the edge guard. Look at how he starts off stocks, especially at low percents. He's usually spacing around with nair to get the Falcon to poke around or get like them to do an action. And then when he's close enough in the scrap zone and he has a decent enough read on their movement, he'll usually go for stomp either in place or approaching, which oftentimes it's really, really good as a call out on dashback because Falcon's feet poke out a little on his dashback, which makes it pretty hard to react to. or at least it'll poke a lot of times. Might shield poke as well. It can catch Falcons rolling on their startup, and it's a really just high value move. And here also, if like none grabbed instead, he could have gotten a complete stock off of it. But yeah, he gets like a bunch of stomps really early, and that really opens up stocks very, very quickly for Falcon, especially in the Ditto. I saw you went for one earlier, and I liked it, and it was very close to just connecting, which is why I like what you were doing there, spacing around with the Nair and then calling out with a stomp. But I think ideally with Falcon, you want to be pretty mobile with the stomp and cover a lot of area, because Falcon himself will be kind of moving a lot, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Okay, get the jab pressure.
And there's gonna be some tech flubs because I'm on box and I switched to the new firmware recently, and I'm
Okay.
messing shit up like that. That should have been free, but it works out.
Yeah, fair enough. I like those double up airs, honestly. I also like the recognition on like when you recognize that you were a little slow on the tech chase, you decided to instant knee here. I personally like nairing here because it beats out the Falcon doing double jump aerial back. Like he like if like nothing, sometimes he does like double jump or like short hop nair turnaround, or he'll like roll, and it sometimes catches the startup of that, and it's a little nicer to space. But knee can be good here too if the Falcon, like you said, like here does double jump back and try to back air, which is good. And then you called him out basically in the corner for jumping, which I think is really solid. But
That's back here.
yeah, this back air is fine. It seems like you were a little unconfident when it came to like going for the double back air.
Right.
So I think just going here, stomping. Fair enough, there's a tech flub, but we'll still call it a stock. I think that was pretty solid, all things considered. Ooh, that was a pretty rough, greedy stomp. I think it's very strange that he went for knee here, but it makes sense that he does. Nair, though, in these situations is really, really good. But playing out of the corner is a bit difficult itself sometimes. I think in these situations in the corner, if you're really, really not sure and you're really scared of what Falcon's going to do to you, I think holding crouch and then waiting for Falcon to throw out an aerial, or like an aerial in place, is really, really good, because Falcon's aerials, they're pretty whiff punishable, especially by Falcon, because just the speed is super good. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna add that. Okay, stomp. Yeah, stomp is. It also shows like why stomp is necessary in the Ditto, because you initially opened him up with like stomps, and or threatening stomps a lot. And so when Polo recognizes that, he starts walling out with aerials. Typically aerials that are laggier, like up air and nair. And in his case, like knee. And in slight, like when things are dicey here, your nair can like end up winning out scraps in these situations. Especially in this situation where he tries to wall out with a high value aerial like knee. All of Falcon's like super fast aerials, like up air and nair, when he's facing towards you, they'll end up losing. They'll end up winning, but what he gets is not the best value as compared to like getting a knee or a stomp. But those end up losing out. Ideally, what I think Polo should have done here is dash back air. I think that's one thing you see None do a lot is when he's in center stage or he's expecting Falcon to try and call out, he'll usually just dash back air, because even if he does trade with nair, it's the first set of nair trading with back air, which is pretty solid for Falcon, who ends up getting the back air. Oh, nice. Oh, I really like these dash throughs on the jabs. You're catching him shield grabbing a lot, and that's also a big crux of the matchup. Is being privy to how Falcons react to jabs on their shield and just general shield pressure. But it's something that cycles a lot and something to be very privy about, especially with None, because he will do a lot of like he will do a lot of jabs, and then he'll read your movement and your maneuverability out of the shield scraps like here. And he'll do a single jab to sort of mix up your timing, and then catch you kind of grabbing with because he's usually spaced with a nair or like a neon shield. And it ends up also calling out a lot of Falcon's movement, especially with like dash forward stomp or dash back stomp. So it's good that you had him in shield for a good chunk. And I think going for reads here it can feel juicy, but I think below 30%, there's really, you kind of just want a tech chase only. Just because unless you're going for stomp, it's not really going to net you anything off the reads. Unless you get like a crazy edge cancel double knee, which it's rare, but it can happen. But sub 30%, when it comes to like move selection, I think your best bet almost always is going to be stomp for Falcon, because if you get a jab reset and then they do a regular get up, or maybe you even do stomp into double jab, and then you can see which way they SDI to read their sort of pseudo react to their roll, you can get a double knee or like a single, like a really, really well DI'd knee for you. And I think that like below 30%, you should opt more often to go for stomps on reads. Though I do like that you ended up getting more center stage off this, so it's not the word.
I was kind of being defensive, where it's like, okay, I wasn't super confident. I've got like PTSD about overextending in the corner or being slow on a punish in the corner, just getting messed up for it, especially with Falcon where it hits so hard and I'm already at 60.
Oh, I see. Are you not confident in the tech chase in the corner?
I think generally in this example, like it'll get better, but with just generally, I don't think I'm super confident in this set because of my controller and how I'm not super confident with that. So I think I tended to opt for more defensive, less, I guess, harder committal defensive options. So like reading roll in and keeping center stage.
I think that's a pretty solid option to go for, especially in the Ditto. Though, even then, I think when it comes to being defensively minded, the reads you choose are also like, you're going for knee here, but how are you going to follow up on this knee? You have to dash forward and then put yourself back into the corner. That's not a situation you really want to put yourself in. And if he techs, like, let's say he rolls in and then he gets like a slide off or like a mistech, then he'll get like a nair, and often times that'll reverse because you're holding towards the end of the stage, like you'll be holding right, trying to go for like a double knee, maybe you're going to try and grab the slide off, and it can lead to some reversal situations. So I think even here, logically speaking, if you want to defensively posture better for reads, especially at lower percents, you're better off going for stomp and then going for a jab reset or a re-grab combo there. Just to sort of build up percent and also avoid getting reversal in the corner in the case that you miss a tech chase. But yeah, I was thinking about like how Falcon up air works in this matchup a lot recently, and one thing that I've kind of personally came to the conclusion is that up air, getting hit by up air is really not that bad as Falcon. Like, it's pretty inconsequential overall. Just especially if you go to the platform here, you have decent frame advantage to short hop double jump onto the side plat with a stomp and, edge cancel or even have your shield up by the time Falcon can dash forward up air. So like, let's see. Okay, you guys both end up dashing around the same time. But let's say you dash one frame, you double jump here, or you can just short hop stomp here, or double jump stomp. Short hop instant double jump stomp, so you go above the Falcon's up air, and then you end up hitting him, while fast falling and maybe even shielding. And let's say even if you did we're a little bit faster on the read, you'll have even more frames to set up a something like that. And it also covers a lot more options than just Falcon up airing here, especially given like how high reward it is too. It can be kind of risky going for stomps here. Like here, I think in this situation, he does a similar thing where he tries to approach with knee, but you get this sort of instant double jump. And if you had stomped here, you would have gotten basically free pressure or a free move out with an edge cancel and then fall off with an edge cancel up air as he was trying to chase you, and it could have led to a really good pressure sequence for you. But now he feels, now it seems like it's something really important to threaten more than anything, because it makes Polo scared to sort of do those really aggressive running knees that kind of, you know, can really blow you up in the later stages of the game. That's just kind of like using risk reward of your aerials, especially with just in general having a ditto. You guys have the same frame data across the character, so it makes sense in my opinion to sort of threaten more stomps on the platform and force the Falcon to do more safe moves and just play a little bit safer so that you can start playing more mix-ups so that you can threaten your own frame advantage, especially in the ditto. Nice. I like the stomp. Nice. I see. So here in these scrap situations, this is why I really like stomp here, because even if you do a drive-by stomp all the way into the corner, or like even just a weirdly drifted stomp, it catches his CC. Like, you win neutral here a couple times, you get this really juicy nair, but because it's Falcon and he's so good at CCing everything, so heavy, he ends up getting a CC and reversals U for it. And stomp here is like kind of the one big tricky answer to all of that. And it seems risky, but because it is kind of risky, but he is in slight frame disadvantage here after getting hit, I think, or after throwing out a move, or after you CC here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, like, even then, your spacing is decent enough to where he's like consistently threatening just tanking the hit. So if he's gonna tank a hit, make it like hurt to tank the hit, like stomp. Because in general, that's why I think like stomp is super important in the ditto, especially to start opening up players like Wizrobe. Zio, this set was really good for to watch, I think, for Falcon dittos, just because I don't think Zio's an amazing player, but I don't think he was playing incredibly like hyper technical or fast, anything more than like Nun or like Wiz or like S2J. I don't think he was playing at that kind of like freakishly fast level. Like, I think he's very fast but very clean, and is, as the same way, like his style is very applicable to any other Falcon. So I think what's really neat about watching this match is that he ends up using stomp a lot and long dashbacks to open up Wizzy, who was just consistently opening him up with CC. So you can see that Wizzy's like, he's trying to not jump, or he's consistently like threatening up run up crouch, threatening like dash forward crouch here, and then nairing to try and catch people's jumps. But what Zio ends up doing is that he uses stomp in a bunch of situations, especially from top platform, to sort of get really early knockdowns on Wizzy and end up getting like big combos off it. Like right here, this is a great example where he ends up, even though it's like Wizzy's consistently threatening walling aerials, stomp ends up beating it out just because of Falcon's speed and sometimes the randomness of the ditto. And he ends up getting a really big opening off of it. And a double knee, and I think that's a kill. Or it might have been a kill. Oh, it is a kill, yeah. Nice. Okay, let's take off that note. Okay. Oh my god, that was crazy. These instant uppers are kind of difficult to deal with, but I think ultimately even getting hit by one, especially at this percent, wasn't too bad if you attack that. Like even there, even though Polo hit you with this Nair is kind of inconsequential, and it effectively sort of reset the neutral to set up for a better aerial like Stomp, which I think is the ultimate goal that you should be going for. Stomp or grab. Nice. Oh wow. Oh my god, that was such a beautiful Stomp. Oh my god, that was so clean. Like that's the stuff I'm talking about. Like just getting these big ass stomps to cover, sort of. It straight up beat up Polo's Nair. I think it even got like the hitbox extension where you end up hitting his head or his foot. Yeah, like that, and then you get this crazy ass combo off of it, off a kill.
I'm messing with just full hop stomp when.
Oh, sorry, your mic is really
sorry.
low.
I've got like a Nardwar mic. I've been messing with full hop stomp and like scrambles, and I'm just spamming it a lot, and I'm trying to figure out where it's working, and in those situations it's really good.
Yeah, that stuff's great. I hadn't even necessarily considered full hop stomp in the Ditto to beat that approach, which I think is really good either way. I think in general just abusing stomp in the Ditto, low percents, especially to open them up, it's money. And it seems like for like all things considered, you're playing the percents pretty well. I think you were going for stomps a lot more at lower percents and spacing around the nairs. You were also doing paying attention to his sort of jab roll habits, or at least abusing his habits when it came to jab and then dash through. Really good whiff punish. Oof. Yeah, that was kind of a dicey.
If I full hop, that would have worked.
Yeah, full hop there works too, but I think a lot of the times in these dicey situations, if I'm gonna risk dying, here, like if I feel like the Falcon's gonna chase me and I don't have great frame advantage, short hop instant bear is a great thing too. Because at least if he nairs me, I can like maybe SDI or get lucky with SDI. I'd rather get hit by up air and then sort of like pray for a better DI, and as opposed to getting hit with like knee or stomp or grab, which I think would be really just a straight up death sentence at this percent. With up air, if you dash back air, you can maybe like get some wonky DI and still recover to stage, or ledge, or even slide off onto the platform. But in scraps, I think, especially when your frame advantage or frame neutral, instant back air here is pretty good. Just to sort of as a answer to dash back or the Falcon chasing you. I think none does it a lot, especially versus a more wally Falcon.
Like, enter that zone and it's just like, all right, like Falcon is a great character if you want to have.
Oh yeah, this was an example of why like throwing out stomps, especially off of CC, and like why Falcon's so good at just reversing himself, is that he got this stomp by aggressively like reacting to Gatsu's CC option, and had he grabbed, that could have been like a straight up like 0 to death if he like went for the true tech chase. But regardless,
it's like 'cause a lot of characters, they don't
he ended up getting a pretty juicy opener off of it.
Falcon's one character like if you guess, you can get like.
The mental damage is crazy.
You see Gatsu also doing a bunch of these bears as well, and I think he's quite apt to the Ditto.
Yeah, 100%.
It's get out of my head shot.
Yeah, and here's another thing is when it comes to reacting to how Falcon plays on his shield, is the biggest advice none ever gave me in the Ditto, and I think he's like an absolute Ditto master, is he told me when I lost him back in like 2019, just pay attention to how you're moving out of shield. Just be very cognizant of how you're moving out of shield and be careful about that, and also pay attention to how your opponent's moving out of shield, because that's like Falcon's key get out of here option. If you're feeling overwhelmed by other players who are faster than you, especially a player like None, he'll often, the only option is to like use shield and get out of shield with rolls, wave dashes, up airs, or what have you. And because Falcon often reversals himself really hard, that comes off of like CC shield grab or shield CC jab, CC dash back, shield grab. Those kind of points or like joints in the game are kind of where the decision making happens. There's the real mix up
Damage is crazy.
of the game happens. But I think is like none consistently is playing to those points and like consistently reading people based off of their previous habits. It's just like reading their options off of rolls. I think it ends up earning people a lot as well. Like, I ended up just abusing the sort of tactic against None as well, where like I noticed that he would like dash back out of a lot of his aerials or after his jabs. So anytime I jab him, I'd always do dash forward instant stomp within this like couple games within the first couple games that I played with him. And it ended up opening him up hard because I think I could end up being like a 0 dash off of it.
Yeah.
Will the bot
It is
still
a great
work?
show.
Will it all work fine?
Every fucking guy who has
Yeah, something along those lines. So that's another thing. Okay, let's keep on moving with the polo set. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, knee wasn't too bad, but I think like again, stomp here would have been like just absolutely money because then he gets like he misses the tech on that. He ends up getting jab reset. But yep. Oh, I like that. I like the stomp, but it is kind of risky. A big thing also in the Ditto is ledge trapping. Ledge trapping is super duper important. And if you ever play against a Falcon like Wizzy, if you're ever on the ledge, you can expect him to just short hop instant back air the ledge every single time. And this is sort of a case of Zio giving Wizzy a taste of his own medicine. A lot of the times, Falcons will do nair or up air into the corner. Falcon can just kind of perfectly counter this by doing dash back, backflip into back air. And it trades more often than not, and then Falcon's off stage without a double jump, you get the tech, and then you end up getting a KO here. So I think like ledge trapping is another big thing to do versus Falcon, and it forces you to sort of play a really solid mix-up at the ledge where you have to choose between instant wave dash down.
Oh,
sorry.
the overlay is crazy looking.
The what overlay?
They're just, I can't see.
Oh, sorry. Oh, is it? Oh my, yeah, it's zoomed in. My bad. I'm trying to get that fixed, but it hasn't worked so far. Let's see. What if I do this? Oops. UP capture specific. Let's see. Capture full screen application. Will it do it now? Oh, it still does the thing. Specific window. Slippy launcher. What if it does that? Damn. So that's not working. Let's try that again. Let me try loading it again. Yeah. Okay, what if I have to relaunch Slippy? I think that might be the case. But yeah, like what Zio does here, and I think what Polo does here, is he ends up kind of threatening you to go for like a crazy reversal because he's just back airing over and over. So I think like a really safe option to do here more than anything is just wave dash down and hold shield with Falcon. And if he does like low neon shield, you can try to roll and then just play the mix up over there, but having that kind of just sort of really safe option to get off ledge without having to always risk for a reversal. Plus, if he does like an early bear, you can shield grab that. But just going to ledge here and wave dashing down is important. I think it's important to represent. This like hack stash ended up getting you killed. Even though I don't think it was a terrible option, it was just like a kind of risky option that you kind of made the play for because you saw Polo here, but because Falcon is so fast and nimble, you can't always predict, and it just ends up getting a little dicey here. So I think if you want to play like safer and more defensive, and just opt for more cautious approaches that end up, nickel and diming, let you get to center. Practicing just like ledge dash, wave dash down, or like ledge dash shield, so that you only need one frame of Gallant to get the ledge dash shield out anyway. So it's usually a more lenient timing because Falcon's max like usual Gallant, like high level Gallant is like 8 to 6 frames. It's pretty good off of ledge dash, so you can pretty consistently get a ledge dash shield off with Falcon, and that you can just sort of safely play the mix-ups from there. And you just kind of
dash through.
So that's a risky play, but I respect it. If you got the Raptor boost into an up smash knee, Falcon punch, oof, happens. Okay, he switched to Fox. Okay.
It's kind of, I don't know. I think the last lesson we had was for Fox.
Yeah, it was Fox and Falco, right?
Okay, I remember, I think Fox, but I've definitely gotten a billion times better since then.
That's sick. I like that you went for the grab here. Honestly, a big fan of the aerials you're choosing. Just kind of boxing out Fox, but then he ends up getting an opening off it. I like that you held shield here. Oh. This is a big thing with holding down in the corner, is you can really risk, especially if you go for shield grabs, is you can really risk getting slide offed with your own aerial, like you do here. And instead of getting like a grab or a reversal in the corner, which would be really nice, you end up accidentally getting yourself killed. Which I think in these spots, rolling or just holding shield is also a decent option, especially at lower percents. I think it's like a pretty safe thing to go for if you don't want to risk getting the slide offs. But it's something to be cognizant of. So either you want to like sort of predict or like read when he's gonna nair and then hit confirm off the CC grab, or if you're just gonna try and pure react, start off with like just shield if you're not too comfortable, especially if you're kind of like uncomfortable on like new controller firmware like you were saying.
I think what I was trying to go for there, and the reason I did the back air, is the way I do CC gentleman. I do CC and then I hold
Oh, down and back. Yeah, there's the.
I do down back, and then that's how I try. That's how I gentleman in the CC.
Yeah, the spark method, I think, for CC jabbing.
Yeah, and in some situations, I found that like if I get nared in the corner by a Fox and I start the gentleman, it stops the slide off.
Yeah, because
so
the
yeah. That was the intention, but I think it was the wrong timing for the.
Okay. That's still fair. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that was a terrible situation you were in. You completely reversed it. That's some JoJo shit right there. Oh my goodness.
I stole that from JoJo.
Yeah, that's like this entire thing is just a JoJo slog, and to me, you get the nice shine reversal. You get the SDI. You're ready for it. You get the freaking knee grab, slide off coverage, knee. Oh, and he's dead. Wow, that was so beautiful. And now you're just moving around, making it really hard to catch you. Oh, I know he's pissed off right now in this moment. I like that knee. That was really juicy. It's scary fighting Invincible Fox on the platform, but I guess you kind of just called out the fact that his invincibility will run out about now. I think going for knee here is really ballsy. It's pretty cool. But I think, honestly, up air here is the better play, because whenever I see Fox above me, it's so much more straightforward to react with up air, especially if he's on the platform, because a lot of the time, like, up air would have hit by now, and he'd still be stuck on the platform trying to get off. because he's holding in. He's probably not gonna DI the up air perfectly. He's not gonna be able to be fast enough to reversal you off of it. And even if he does like fall down, you play a mix up between up airing again, which you probably will end up getting 2 up airs for free, which already puts Fox at like what 20-30%. As opposed to knee, which at 0%, it can be really juicy and lead to grab, but it's kind of dicey how at least would grab, especially based on the DI. And when you up air Fox, even if he does shield, you usually don't end up getting hit punished for it. Like here, you went for an up air on shield on the platform here. You didn't get punished directly for it. Nice. Okay. I like that jab. Oh, he's naring a lot in place. Kind of just...
It's definitely a Falcon player's impression of a Fox player.
Yeah, no, every Falcon just hates the fact that Fox's nair comes out first all the time. Yeah, this is like a similar thing to like how box Foxes play versus Falcon, is that they'll do a lot of, instead of nair here in this situation, they'll just do dash back air. Cody also does that nair in place and converts off of it really well. But I think the solution here is often just like you gotta sort of just whiff punish it like you do any other aerial, especially with nair in place. But it's kind of hard to react with. Or even better yet, actually, this is another thing Sammy talks about, is learning to set up frame advantage on aerials. Is the thing you don't want to punish, you don't want to directly punish Fox for nairing here. That might not be the best option. What you can do, though, is instead of directly punishing the landing lag of his aerial, you can use it as an opportunity or a reaction point to set up a really safe short hop and then drift in with an aerial. So here, you'll let's say you keep dash dancing, and you want to react to this nair. With punishing it, it's a pretty tight timing, but you know, let's say you're outside of the range, Fox is gonna be in this animation for like the next at least the next 10 frames by the time you've reacted to the fact that he naired outside of your range. So you'll probably be reacting by this point if the Fox started the nair around here. So yeah, the Fox nairs around this point, and then assuming you're dash dancing, you'll have reacted to the Fox about this point. At which point you can do a short hop, like in say under the side plat. If you do a short hop and drift in, you can play a pretty solid mix-up between whiff punishing with or throwing out a nair that'll beat like Fox up tilting, or like a nair in place that beats Fox up tilting if you don't fast fall it, and also beats Fox spot dodging, and then has to force Fox to dash bash, essentially. It kind of just sets up really solid pressure, even if you can't directly punish it. Nice. Oof. I've had a big problem with this recently, and I think especially a lot of Foxes now are super hard to deal with. When they go for these kinds of like slide-offs, or like this sort of slide-off DI, I was watching a Gatsu lesson with Sammy on this as well. When you get these stray hits, it's really important to just tech chase, I think, off of these like wave dash tech chase. If you let yourself like be more cognizant of this and just wave dash tech chase, you won't just beat like the people who only miss tech. Because if you like miss tech is decently reactable, especially in the corner. Like if you like wave dash and then you react, and then maybe instead of doing the perfect crouch reaction, you'll go for jab here, because it's kind of a dicey situation. People don't react very fast off of these, or like it's kind of weird how to react in these situations. But if you like wave dash here, it doesn't have to be perfect, just a decent tech chase. If you convert off this tech chase, I think you'll find yourself getting a lot more kills that come off these stray hits. So I think that's another big thing. Especially that's what helped me a lot recently versus MG, is I would consistently get nairs and openers like these of like MG trying to approach, and then he'd get aerialed or like walled, and then he'd try to just slide off to ledge dash, or like roll in and then reversal me in the corner. Like he up smashed you. MG would like instant bear me here, or like Zuppy would like dash back instant bear me here because I put myself in the corner. But if you wave dash tech chase, or I've wave dash tech chased here, and I started getting just like proper tech chases off of this, and sometimes the tech chases would just lead to kills. And in the worst case, if he teched in place or he like missed tech, I'd have like kind of a cue be like, okay, I kind of want to back off here. I just dash backed all the way to center, and then I played like a favorable scrap in that situation. So that's kind of like how you want to mitigate Fox privilege.
Yeah, there's a Trap Lord video about acting as late as possible.
Oh yeah, the Trap Lord's been posting new videos.
And I've been I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about in the back of my head, just kind of like.
What did he go over in that video? I'm curious because like.
Just that it's like by trying to. It's mostly just about pushing reaction points back, and not acting too fast or too aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
Just as defense.
Yeah, I think especially with Falcon, you can do that really well because of how fast he is. Especially when you have more space. I think with what Trap Lord said here in this situation as well, it's a lot easier to set up those kinds of reaction points and like late reaction points when you're farther away. And playing with Fox nearby, you're just like constantly in that I gotta act range. And that's kind of like that's where like it gets really dicey, and I think it's important to be able to play those ranges, and I think you've been able to play those ranges pretty decently. But again, with Falcon versus Fox, you really want to choose. You really want to be the one leading when you allow yourself to put yourself in that range. Yeah. And just putting yourself in the corner with that knee ends up putting you in that dicey range. Like you felt the need to like dash forward here because you were worried that or you thought that he was gonna like continue to dash back. You were kind of forced to make a play because Fox was so close, and you were just like out of frame advantage. Like he could have like he did. Like an instant attack here, ended up hitting you for it, but that's like there's so many other things Foxes could have done, and you were just kind of forced to act. But here in these situations, like when you're dancing around, you're choosing when to engage a lot more, and like that knee ended up working because Fox was not the one in like the driver's seat here when it came to who's starting to interact. But I do like that concept of pushing the reaction points back. Oh, this is a tough spot to hit. Whenever I see Foxes here, I like that. This is a really hard spot to edge guard, actually. Yeah, that semi mid shorten was crazy. 3/4 shorten. Yeah. That's something you kind of just have to wait and react to. But if you're willing to give up like knee here, you can actually react to Fox's side B with regular getup. I think this is something I saw Mewtwo King say or was talking about, and I generally trust him about stuff like this. Is that if you react to like Fox in this situation, where you get the knee or you get the hit, and you grab ledge. If you react to him stopping or his side B and you do regular getup, you can it'll beat shorten, you'll always have enough frames to grab the full length side B.
Okay, I didn't even think about doing that.
Yeah, it's like old archaic M2K knowledge. All right, I like that you're moving running around the platforms. Oh, that was actually a really nice neutral opening. Oh, that was juicy. Oh, that was beautiful, actually.
I really like doing that on the down throw DIN.
Yeah, that's that instant knee was really good. I've been trying to like. Oh, you did down. Oh yeah, down angle F tilt. That's really clean. Oh,
People
wow.
mash when you hit them with that.
Oh wow. I didn't think of like doing down angle left tilt there. I've been trying to do down tilt there to kind of get like a combo off of it, but
At low percent, down angled F tilt is so strong
especially because they instantly jump often too.
Because they're mashing to get out of the. They're thinking about drop zone at that range, and then you just down angle F tilt, and it's a.
Oh yeah, no, I think I know what you. Yeah, I know.
It's a crazy time.
It's super sick. I think I might have it in a combo video.
I stole it from None.
From None? Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's something Ed would do. Where's that? Yeah. I think I did it in one of these videos. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here it is. I think I did this exact same thing. Yeah. That's clean. That was mad good. Nice. Oh, damn, my screen went out. Okay. Can you still see my screen? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, yeah. Can you see my screen still?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Okay, up air here. Whenever I see like myself shielding on the platform here, anytime I see Fox above me, I'm up airing, like no matter what. I think like even if you hit him on shield, like if I see him like up naring here, I'll just up air facing backwards and then fast fall. Because even then, it's like, what can he do? Like his range is kind of limited, especially with how far Falcon can go. Like Falcon, if you do instant up air fading backwards here, you'll go all the way to the ledge, and there's no way Fox can touch you. And I think it's just like really good pressure. And a lot of times, actually, because of Fox's feet poking out, especially with like how he was trying to set up a shield drop, I get a lot of shield pokes here. And because of the shield pokes, I keep getting more and more up airs because of that. Yeah, that's another reaction point that like I like to keep in mind is like Fox being directly above me and being comfortable enough to always instant up air. Okay. Nice. Oh, I like that wave dash. Oh, I wanted that side B to hit so bad. That was kind of crazy. I like the knees. Oof. I think he's starting to catch on to the fact that you're like really antsy to get a strong knockdown with like near stomp. Oh, but you got it. Doesn't matter. Oh, and he's dead. Okay, that was clean. Still, I wonder if there was a way that you would play that slightly less risky. Because I think if he just reacted with shield here, it would have been really, really hard for you to deal with. Especially when a lot of Fox's instant bear here. Because you've been, throughout the game, you've been like reacting and just overshooting across Fox. Which I actually don't think I do as much. I think I need to definitely implement that more. But it's clear that he's like kind of you're crossing past him a lot of situations. So I think maybe like run up nair here. No, run up nair is alright, but run up like wave dash down outside of his range. But then again, it might just be like a consequence of you being the moment you enter that's kind of scrap zone where like it's like a platform distance away, you start like throwing out aerials versus Fox. That's a habit that like almost every Falcon has. So I think if like you wanted to keep it fresh, especially in this spot where like Foxes just try to react, where they're right outside your this platform range, like right here, this is where like it feels really dicey, and in general it feels like, oh, I have to make a move as Falcon. What none does, and what like some really crazy Falcons do, is you can just empty hop here in place and react to if Fox approaches you with like knee or stomp. And then if you don't see anything, you just empty land and then run up and then do another aerial. Because Fox is just strictly reacting to your jump here. So this is like a reaction point bait here. Like short hop, they'll react to the fact that you jumped and will try to do something. You empty land, you punish the lag, or get a little closer. And that's often like a really strong answer to being like it's a really easy way to be more unpredictable while also pressing buttons, kind of like satiating. Honestly, like for me, it's like it satiates the little goblin in my brain that really wants to press buttons.
I definitely need to get more comfortable doing empty hop in situations where it's very obvious that the person is waiting for me to do something.
Yeah. It's
It
like
happens so much. Like Fox, Falco, Deek, each do it a lot.
yeah, and that's why it's like very threatening. But I think also at the same time, it can be very threatening for them if you threaten reversals back at them. For example, like let's say instead of just standing here, you were shielding, which I think often happens. Like I think I put myself in the situation a lot of times where Fox is dash dancing left and right here, and I'll be shielding after the ledge dash, trying to like counter for the nair. And a lot of the times, I'll just roll in if they try to like nair me in the corner, which usually happens at high percents when I'm at high percents because they just want to get me off stage. But if they're like really just like patient and willing to dash dance, a lot of the time I spam roll in and I get grabbed and like it just hurts. So being able to like wave dash down and then just run up all the way and just grab them, that scares the shit out of them for sure. Because I've also started getting more openings when players like lowercase hero, Eric, and MG, are in those positions just dash dancing right outside my range. I'll do like instead of stomp, which they're trying to react to like Falcon moving towards them or like jumping. Wave dash down, it sort of like tricks them into a false positive, like, oh, Falcon's like, he did a move, I gotta like throw out an aerial or be ready. So they're gonna wait. And then you stomp. And I think that makes it a little bit easier to get that kind of juicy opening. Which is, I think, like a really, it's a general like important concept to apply. This works versus Marth as well a lot. Because a lot of the times Marth will try to dash dance outside your range with the nair and try to whiff punish. Or like run up, crouch, and CC. So a lot of the times, if you do empty hop, usually with like a slight forward angle so it looks like you're approaching them, you do empty hop and then you can like either do dash back, dash forward grab, or just straight up run up grab if they're dash dancing and they're like just gonna stay outside the range. I think it'll open up a lot of neutral situations that feel very hard stuck for Falcon. So I think something None does incredibly well as well, which is why he's the best at reversaling out of the corner. So. But yeah. Either way, you ended up cleaning up pretty well, I think, on this game. Just a lot of really good Falcon stuff.
This one, I definitely am warmer.
Dumber, you say, or
warmer? Like I'm
warmer.
not gonna be making as many.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking up as much, but.
Yeah, already I like. Yeah, that's good to see though. Already though, I like what you're doing here with the stomps on the platform, because at low percents, like if you get that stomp up air, Falcon's like, he's at like what 30, 24%. You get a grab, throw, you can get a kill off that. Yeah, and that stomp, you could have shield poke too, right there. Stomp, shield poke, and then you even if you didn't shield poke, you could just shield drop and then up air Falcon here, and Falcon can't really instant up air here, or it's not going to be very good for him to instant up air. He kind of just has to take it. Oh yeah. Nice. Oh, that was super clean. Oh my god. Put in the combo video. Grab ledge. Nice. Yeah, that was really clean. Also, a personal thing that I do a lot is you don't have to hold C stick down all the time, but I usually just hold C stick down when or like slightly down forward whenever I'm dashing towards a Falcon, because the most of the time they'll try to wall you with Nair, and if you hold dash forward slightly down, I just react to the fact that I get hit with first Nair, and then I just CC grab it or I hold down. It ends up opening up a lot for me. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, here's another thing about like why Stomp is so good is that you got this Stomp over here, and I think even if you hadn't like drifted all the way over, like you still covered so much space. Like if he dashed back, he was getting hit with that, and if he dashed back and you caught that with that kind of drift, you were definitely like getting a hit off of it. But now he's just like he's feeling like kind of threatened because he just got stomped and he doesn't know like what's the situation gonna be. I just kind of took a lot of percent. He thought you were gonna like come and grab, basically just put yourself in a really bad situation. Ooh, sorry, 1 second. Alright, I'm back, sorry. Okay. Yeah, here's I think that's a pretty good example of like why being good at ledge trapping versus Falcon is super important. Is I think you could have gotten a kill right here. Here you went for a stomp, which is like
I think I did that.
Yeah. I think if you just pressed the C stick back here instead, you would have gotten a great position. Because I don't think his ledge dash wasn't that invincible. I think if you back aired here, he would have been off stage, even if he ledge dashed down. He did the right thing though. Like I think Polo had the right response to like back air here, but he was so close to the ledge that I think if you back aired him with like a late strong back air here, he just falls back to ledge, and then you roll back up, and then he's forced to play another scramble. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, so you went for that another double jump stomp there. It's really close to hitting. I like the idea, though. Especially because, like...
If he had fast fallen it would have worked. But
yeah, if he fast fell his Nair. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No, that's just kind of a little unlucky on the timing, but happens. How he whiff punishes the back air with the Nair. Nice. Oof. Why didn't you go for up air here? Did you feel like you just wanted to react to tech chase here, or
I played out a little bit. I forgot what happened.
Here in this situation?
Let's see.
So you get this hit.
Up air, back air.
And you went for this.
I thought he was gonna spot dodge.
Oh, I see. So I think here's another spot where like if you just ran across the stage after you got that back air and then like wave dashed right here, you could have gotten a wave dash tech chase here. Even though it's kind of dicey, like if you just jab or even throw out like a random option, it's kind of like super safe in the sense that you can kind of react to everything. But I think you were just kind of making a lot of really good plays and call-outs this game, which I think is really nice. They're well-informed call-outs though.
When I do that empty hop, like tech chase, I'm baiting out like a roll or a spot dodge most of the time.
I see.
It didn't work though. So it kind of worked because he rolled, but
yeah,
I messed up. I didn't time it. I didn't read it the right timing.
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that idea though. I think here in these spots though, oh yeah, it is kind of just like you ended up losing the mix-up here. Nice, though. You're playing the rest of the jab situations here pretty nicely. I think you're trying to catch him like jumping. Oh, he's jumping after everything. Like he's just like trying to not get grabbed. Usually here I do jab into instant up air. I do this a lot versus Marth in general, but it seems like this is where being privy to your opponent's options is like his shield is low, his head's poking out. You know, he's constantly jumping. I think it might be like a decent option to go for instant up air here. But either way, like it's pressure that you didn't necessarily get owned for, but I think there were like opportunities where you could have maybe reacted or like paid a little bit more, like been like more keen on observing if it like, because you were reading the rolls, but a lot of the time sometimes Falcons just don't roll. They're like, he's playing decently disciplined when it comes to not rolling and spot dodging.
Yeah,
But
and I think that's one of the core like weaknesses of my Falcon knowledge is it's like, as I've been playing more recently, I'm noticing like when I'm starting to notice the parts of the matchup where you can get away with stuff, and with Falcon, even though I play the character, I just don't have a solid grasp on where those spots are.
the RPS spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me though, those RPS spots or reaction points, they're just on jab. That's why None keeps telling me like, oh, be very careful how you're moving out of shield. Anytime you touch someone's shield, if you're in front of them, anytime you tap it, that's a sort of joint or like a point where Falcons can or will try to move out, because you switch between single jab grab or double jab grab. Or, because he's at higher percent, you could have gone for a full gentleman, and he's holding in here, right? So he gets reverse jabbed here. If you do a full gentleman here, he gets sent the other way to the left, which sets up either a combo or an edge guard situation. So those are kind of the mix-up spots that I was talking about earlier with Falcon. A lot of them start off with jab and then the opponent holding shield, which is what None is super, super keen on. I actually just stole it from him in this set, like just the kind of mix-up he was playing. So I start off with I look for stomp at low percent, and then I think if I get a jab here, yeah, here as well. None reacts to stuff when people get up, instead of just trying to directly punish it, he'll punish shield options afterwards. Like this right here, this instant backer was clean. I think this honestly seems like what you were going for earlier as well, where you were trying to bait out the option with the stomp.
Yeah.
But yeah, None has the best awareness of these kind of spots and concepts, which is I think is it's really important to watch him and S2J play, because they are the most keen on these spots. Yeah, for me here, I noticed that Ed was just throwing out so many moves that I'd kind of I feigned I was gonna come with an aerial, and Ed would try to jab or respond with it, and then I just grab him, empty hop grab, and then I end up getting the kill for it. And then here, what happened here? Oh yeah, I got a really juicy stomp. Yeah, here, I think a lot of the times here I would roll, but because I know None is super privy to that stuff, I tried really hard to mix it up throughout the set. So here, I think the next time I find myself shielding, I'm gonna try and avoid jumping, or at least trying to avoid making instant options. Okay. Oh my God, tap jump. Let's see what. Yeah, here I would just elect to roll a lot more and be a lot more careful, because the moment he drops it, it's okay, I gotta make split second decision right now, and then I see that he's probably setting up pressure, he didn't jab on my shield, so I'm free to roll. But then he saw that I was waiting, so he started grabbing me. So just this kind of crazy mix-up gameplay off of specifically just Falcons out of shield. If you're in shield in this matchup, that's when I think things are gonna go crazy. Oh yeah, here I noticed that Nunn was jumping a lot in the same spot whenever I get a jab, and I just instant up aired. And then I ended up trying to like swag on him, but I almost threw the game for that. I was like, okay, you know what? No more funny business. So the same concept kind of applies here, where like I was noticing what would happen off of like jabs and stuff. And there's a lot of more situations that I don't even know of that probably Nunn focuses on, kind of reacts to. But that's kind of just the beauty of playing the game more and recognizing spots like that.
Yeah. And towards the end here, I think the last kind of couple stocks, I just kind of start holding W because have fun.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I like that stomp into falling up air. Okay, he's tech chasing. Forward throw. Oh no. What the hell? Yep. Just kind of holding the... Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is the important ledge dash shield, and having just a slightly good enough ledge dash to be able to have shield out. I find myself like ledge dashing a lot versus foxes, and they just instant nair me, and I just get thrown off stage, especially at high percents like this. I'd be so pissed because I just like, oh my god, I hit the ledge dash. I did the right thing where I was shielding, but my gauntlet wasn't enough. So just being able to even hit one Galint ledge dashes consistently is super important, which is another thing why people like Koopa Troopa and Zane are super good versus Falcon. They're one of the few Marths who consistently get one frame Galint ledge dashes on Marth, which is decently hard to get super consistently. Zane uses C-stick back, wave dash down, which is like specifically good for Marth to get his ledge dash. But what they do is they just ledge dash shield, and then they take the hit. Because Falcon is so brokenly good at ledge trapping with aerials. Like here, the stomp wasn't even necessary. It wasn't even the safest option, but it ended up getting the kill here. It's just so quick for Falcon to throw out. Oh, stomp. I'm going for a lot more stomps now.
Yeah, I'm kind of messing around. We're kind of messing around at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. The classic side B. Nice up here. Nice. Okay.
And that was just unfortunate trade, but that's
Yeah. It seems like everything was going pretty straightforward until like these last two stocks. I feel like you kind of let go on the gas and the game plan. You're kind of just doing some fun stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, I actually think you were playing pretty solid in the Ditto. It's just like honing in more on being more intentional with how you're moving out of shield and what kind of spots you're looking for in the matchup, where you hit the jab and then you're just looking for what are they going to do? Are they going to up air? Are they going to double jump? Are they going to fall with the fair? I actually ended up doing this versus Calvar. This is super good versus Marth. Whenever you get a jab versus Marth, I just wait for the double jump. A lot of the time, or I swap between double jump and crouch.
It's still even. This is a dead heat. Calvar, taking the ledge.
Taking time on the ledge. Yeah, that nair grab so clean. Oh, goes for back air.
Defensive.
Reversaled off that CC.
Oh,
Yeah, no, this is Calvar just getting reversal to help, and that's so hard to deal with. And like,
yeah, I get this jab, and then I just recognize that Calvar throughout the set was just going for double jump, fall, back air, double jump falling forward air. So I just up air him, and it got me some pretty decent percent, which was like good enough to get this slide off reversive.
Really clean slide off up air too. You're talking about that defense.
But either way, just like knowing spots like that in general helps a lot in every single matchup. This is just like a more... Where is the... I guess I just switched off the set. But either way, I do think that like like rustiness and like technical stuff aside, I think the big thing, like if you were going to solo practice, like one thing to take away is just practicing ledge dash down and wave dashing to where the opponent is off of like straight hits. Like I'd say if you want to go into Uncle Punch, you can like just sort of like dash dance around and then just pick a spot that you often get hits in, like right under the side platform of Battlefield, and like back air Fox, and then start react to like different DIs, and then wave dashing to where they're gonna land, and then doing a tech chase, or even just like setting up a tech chase there, because spots being more consistent in spots like that, even though you won't consistently get kills, you will it'll be less variance and higher reward in the long term, and it'll end up winning you more situations off of stray hits that otherwise wouldn't even phase some players, because it's like you get like maybe 10 to 15% guaranteed off of that tech chase by just reaction tech chasing it, and ideally you get a kill. And across the entire cast, across every kind of player, any kind of Fox, any kind of Falcon. But on the other hand, if you consistently only go for knee or like empty hop there to try and bait a reaction, you're only gonna narrow yourself down on a specific set of players, and even then those players might change their habit immediately in the set once they notice you're going for stuff like that. And I know I've definitely had my fair share of losses because I would go for nair or like straight hits into consistently only going for knee. I would go up 2-0 versus like a player like MG or Kata, where I would only try to knee the miss tech after the nair, but I wouldn't wave dash to where they're going to land and then react to if they tech rolled in. Because oftentimes if you're going to get the knee or nair, you're going to knee into the corner. But let's say they tech roll in, they're now in center, and I'm in the corner, and I'm slightly, I might not have the best frame advantage. They come up, and they're in a winning position, or in an advantageous position. We play like a scramble situation, and what kill that could have been mine, or at least a very favorable position for me, has now turned into a very favorable position for Fox, which I end up losing with. Which I think is important to keep in mind, that in the long term, setting up tech chases like that are more valuable, in my opinion, to just kneeing there, even though it is really important to threaten knee there so that they have a reason to not just always tech in place. But yeah, I think that's it for all I had for today.
Well, yeah. I feel like I don't know, I feel like this with Sheik and Falcon, where it's like there's not a lot of good quality practice in my region, and so I just need to like kind of grind my head into it.
I see.
Slam it over and over again until I figure it out. But it's like it's good to have. I really appreciate it. It's nice to have some kind of guidance before I start.
Yeah, it's important to have direction for sure, and I think a good sense of direction would just be to keep in mind that spots like jabs and like a lot of the time I'll play none and I'm like, oh my god, he's just randomly reading me and I'm getting like randomly hit, and it's like, it may seem random to me, but what's really going on is that he knows like the kind of neutral joints where I make decisions, and he knows when I make narrow-minded decisions. For example, when I'm in shield or when I get jabbed, because you have a limited set of options. So he's always looking out for spots like that. And I think paying attention to that, especially when you try to learn the ditto, it'll help you illuminate your mind into situations that come up often that maybe you didn't think about. And I think that can help you sort of narrow down your problem situations. Maybe you'll recognize, or you'll learn to recognize that, I struggle in shield, for example. I consistently roll too much when I could be crouch cancel grabbing, because Falcons typically they'll like double jab and then they'll grab, but I like to roll. when I could be, CC grabbing their double jabs.
Yeah.
Just being kind of aware of that it'll help you have a sense of direction, which I think is great for improvement.
Double jab, I used to do that all the time when I was on GameCube controller, but I stopped when I switched to box, and I got to get back on that. 'Cause that shit is really strong.
I noticed you were doing single jabs, which I think it's also a good mix-up, but I think you have less ending lag if you do double jab. I'm not too sure. I'd have to check the frame data on that, but regardless, it's just more mix-ups on mix-ups to have, which is it's always good to have that in your back pocket.
Mm.
But yeah, okay, I'm gonna end the recording here.